Good evening and welcome to the season 9, episode 9 of the Me Con Queen, proudly powered by the Institute for Alternative Dispute Resolution, an organization dedicated to transforming conflict into solution through the involving role of mediation. I am your host, Anuj Kumar from Asian Law College, and it's an honor to guide you through today's discussion on Beyond Litigation Mediation as the Path to Peace. Welcome to today's podcast. We are honored to have with us Ms. Samiksha Pandey, an accomplished legal professional with expertise in litigation, alternative dispute resolution, and intellectual property law. She holds a master degree in international commercial dispute resolution from the University of Westminster, as well as an LLM in intellectual property rights from HNLU Raipur. After her contribution to litigation, Ma'am is associated with Legal Academia as an assistant professor and mentor aspiring lawyers and publish on diverse legal issues. Her proficiency in mediation, arbitration, and negotiation, combined with her dedication to advancing equitable legal solution, make her a truly distinguished voice in the legal field. It's a privilege to have with us today a professional who blends legal precision with a human understanding. And please join in welcome Ms. Samiksha Pandey, ma'am.
Thank you so much for an amazing introduction. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for joining us today, ma'am. We are looking forward to your insight on dispute resolution and involving role of law in society. With your permission, ma'am, shall we begin?
Yes, sure.
With the introduction of Mediation Act 2023, how do you see mediation changing the way disputes are resolved in India, especially given the huge pendency of case in our courts?
Actually, before coming of the Mediation Act 2023, I think the court, through their decisions, and especially in family matters and civil matters, they have
Mhm.
been already laying the background and the base and the basic structure for mediation. For example, if you see family courts and the landmark judgments like B.S. Krishnamurthy versus B.S. Nagraj 2013, I'm talking about, where court used to suggest family members to sit for cooling period to discuss the problem and then only go ahead with the court proceedings. So when you see the approach of the court before the Mediation Act coming, then only the court was very woke towards mediation, towards negotiation, and the methodology of out of court settlement. But after coming the act, it actually acted as a very profound base and structure of mediation that has come into the picture, as people before the Mediation Act used to take it lightly or they were not aware about it, which is still an upcoming development. But now people are more profound towards mediation, and we are also encouraging mediation and negotiation at college level only, when where we are providing the specializations. So I think after coming of the Mediation Act, if you see that section 5 seeks to give a formal recognition to mediation in India. So when people used to think that the mediation agreement are not binding, Mediation Act actually profound and removed that doubt that they are not binding, because they are binding. And once you have your mediation settlement in your hand, then you can obviously go to the court for enforcement of it. Then if you see towards the section 27 of the act seeks to give formal recognition to the settlement, and that can be enforced. Then section 30 made ODR very profound in India, as we already know that India is a litigious country and everyone wants a day in court. But section 30 somewhere also tried to remove the backlog by asking the people that they can mediate online. And I think organization like Sama, which we saw on Shark Tank, and which are working profoundly towards the online mediation. So these are the examples that mediation is slowly but strengthly getting its day in the country.
Okay. Basically, ma'am, this act basically helps to legally binding on everyone, those who are
Yes,
involved.
it is legally binding. It is very mindful, and when the commercial problems are there or issues are there, then one can obviously reach out to mediation. Earlier, if you see Commercial Court Act or Commercial Law Act was also of the opinion that one should go for mediation and negotiation, but the terms of mediation and negotiation and the strategies were not very openly and straightforwardly discussed in that those acts. So I think Mediation Act has given a profound pathway to go ahead for the parties without reaching out to court. And even mediation act, if I may say, that it has somewhere also reduced the court interference, and it has strengthened the party autonomy.
Okay, ma'am. So there is another doubt that, ma'am, कि many people in India still view the mediation as a weak or compromise-driven approach compared to litigation. How can we change this perception and make mediation is more trust path to this justice?
I think we all are halfway there. If you see Justice Dhulia, or there are so many Justice Chandrachud, all have talked about mediation somewhere, and they are openly motivating people to reach out for mediation, negotiation, and arbitration. So I think we are already halfway there, and if there are more ways to generate, is like public campaign, legal literacy camp, more profound mediators have to be there, because if you see right now very senior lawyers act as mediators, so it has to start from grassroots level, so that we can begin with teaching mediation and adapting the procedure from the first day itself. Then going to the cultural reframing, that people in India are so rooted in the court system, so rooted that they should be filing case. So I think a cultural reframing or rebranding, that you can actually settle your issue out if it is a civil matter, if it is a consumer matter, commercial matter, even intellectual property right matters like trademark can reach out for mediation or arbitration depending on the clauses and the facts. So I think a reframing and the rebranding of a litigation, that there are ways apart from litigation, is very important.
Okay, ma'am. Basically, ये मतलब इमर्ज हो रहा है अभी धीरे धीरे, तो बहुत वो होगा मतलब
Yes,
आगे.
and I think as the Mediation Act 2023 has already claimed that there has to be a mediation council, and I think Delhi High Court and Honorable Supreme Court are effectively working towards building a mediation council, and they have taken few steps forward in it. We have India Mediation Week everywhere in three different jurisdictions of Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore. So I think it is coming strong with the
Okay, ma'am.
practice.
Because ma'am, क्योंकि today's time is a very pendency of the cases are very high in Supreme Courts, and approx I think 5 crore cases are pending. Okay,
Yes, definitely.
okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. In today's polarized and competitive environment, whether in political, business, or workplace, how can effective negotiation skills helps to rebuild trust and achieve win-win outcome, ma'am?
I think negotiation got a boom when the pandemic happened, because there were so many international commercial disputes that were solved through negotiation. So few of the common things that we as negotiators observed, that focusing on interest and not positions. So the parties were more inclined in maintaining their commercial relationships and trying to bind the gap which the pandemic or the act of God has brought. So I think this is the first key, to focus on the interest, that if the two parties or the two members can come together to bridge that gap that has come, and not go towards the domination part or seeing a day in the court. Then building trust through communication, there have to be a constant communication. If their agreement or contract is talking about going for a negotiation sittings before litigation, then they should try to talk it out or have a cooling period. Then encouraging collaboration over competition. If they are just not looking to get compensation or earning money, but they are even looking forward to bridge the gap which has come, and the relationship and the commercial bond that they have, then these are some criteria they can look forward to, and solve their issues and legal complexities through negotiation.
Okay. Um, but ma'am, in negotiation, we see the only parties are involved. Uh, but what
Yes,
was
it is.
role? What
This is
was
a
the role of
party.
negotiator? Oh, okay, ma'am.
Sorry. No, no,
Basically,
please.
basically, ma'am, in negotiation, both are parties only involved. There is any chance कि negotiator also helps to give some advice?
Actually, negotiator cannot give advice, but there are
Okay.
two concepts, that is batna and vadna in negotiation.
हाँ
That
जी.
is the best alternative and the worst alternative. So somewhere we are trying to bridge the gap between the best alternative and the worst alternative, that the parties can find their way and sustain their relationship in the gray area, that they can go up with some gains and go up with a commercial relationship. So I think the finding a middle way, and the negotiator can obviously talk about the strategies, the party autonomy, that how the parties can are aiming to go. They cannot, the negotiators cannot give solutions. It is a facilitative method, but the negotiator can obviously maintain an environment in such a way that parties feel comfortable to solve the issue and they don't feel attacked, and they are ready to discuss than dispute. So I think these are some environmental aspect, the culture aspect, which will help in the success of negotiation.
Basically, they only facilitate. They can't
Yeah,
suggest any personal opinion and any
I think
advices.
giving negotiators giving personal opinion can come as a biased viewpoint,
Oh,
because it can, may
yes.
support one party and may not support other parties.
Yeah.
So I would, in my opinion, mediators and negotiators should refrain from giving personal opinions, but because it might affect negatively also
Okay, ma'am.
the settlement that might reach out by the parties.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Uh, okay, ma'am. Now there is another point of question is India is aspiring to become a global hub of arbitration, especially with the international commercial dispute. What challenges do you see is making arbitration faster, more affordable, and global credible in today's time?
I think here I would like to start with Justice Dhulia's recent comment on, or I would say statement on arbitration, that arbitration is rich man's litigation. Poor don't opt for it. Now, I would like to state this sentence and then go ahead, that arbitration does not have gained that kind of acumen still in the litigation department as it should have. There are many reasons, because arbitration needs a contract, it needs a clause. So if you don't have a contract and you are waiting for the court to suggest you for arbitration or refer to you to arbitration, then it might take time. India's arbitration regime is primarily governed by the Arbitration and Conciliation Act, that is 1996, which is based on the UN Citral Act and the model law which we talk about. So basically, going ahead, the key challenges that India faces are procedural delays. That
Okay.
how to reach arbitration. There are two types of arbitration: institutional arbitration and court-referred arbitration. And the third is if you have a clause or a contract based arbitration. So I think institutional arbitration in India is actually successful if you see that the parties are already defining the clause in their clause or having an arbitration agreement. So they can obviously reach out the private institutes, which might be a bit costly, but if there are big companies which cannot wait for 13 or 14 years of litigation, then I think it is a very good option of arbitration, that they should reach out for arbitration with a sound clause and agreement. Then a high cost. So if you see, the Commercial Act talks about referring the parties and referring the companies to arbitration. So I think a commercial courts already discussed about arbitration before the momentous that has happened. Then the judicial intervention, if we reduce the judicial intervention or the court that interferes in the arbitration, then it can also make it very successful. Then we have limited pool of arbitrators. If you see, environment law, IPR, commercial matters, all can be solved through arbitration only if you have correct experts advising you or sitting in the arbitration panel. So you need to have expertise arbitrators. Even interstate matters, for that, for example, at international level, boundary disputes can be solved through arbitration if you have the correct set or the panel of arbitrators who are expertise in public and private international law, environment law, and so on and so forth. So I think these are some of the points we can keep in mind, and the arbitration panel can be diversified and high in expertise to make the arbitration successful.
ओके मैम. मैम जैसा आपने जैसा कहा कि टू टाइप्स के आर्बिट्रेशन होते हैं, एक इंस्टीट्यूशनल आर्बिट्रेशन, एक कोर्ट रूम आर्बिट्रेशन। मतलब बेसिक
हाँ।
डिफरेंस क्या है, मतलब मैम आप अगर एक्सप्लेन कर सकते
See, so the first is the institutional arbitration where you can reach out to the institute. Like you have Mumbai Arbitration Center, you have Delhi mein High Court gives you an arbitration center where you can sit and arbitrate. So I think you can reach out these kind of arbitration centers where they can privately help you with your commercial issue or the interstate issue to held privately. And obviously the concept of confidentiality is there throughout the alternative dispute resolution. So the parties have to actually develop that kind of acumen to reach out to these institutions, because many parties are not aware. अगर वो mediation और arbitration का wait भी करते हैं, तो they generally wait for the court to refer them to arbitration and mediation. They are not aware that they can actually reach out to these institutions privately and actually sit for mediation and arbitration. For example, when we are talking about institute like Sama for mediation, then they actually give training to police station and the police people also as a stakeholders कि जब domestic cases आते हैं, when there is some civil matter in the family, then actually the police can only guide them and make them sit for mediation. So उस grassroots level से we have to start that at every stage every stakeholder is very pro to ADR, and they are doing their part to maintain the alternative dispute resolution.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
My
Uh,
pleasure.
and बेसिकली आर्बिट्रेशन इज ऑल्सो लीगली बाइंडिंग, मतलब मीडिएशन से पहले से ही वो लीगली बाइंडिंग चल रहा है
Yeah,
आर्बिट्रेशन।
yeah. Arbitration is the most formal method of the alternative dispute resolution because it comes with an arbitration clause and an arbitration agreement, and then the arbitration award acts as a civil law degree only. So the role of arbitrator can be equivalent to a judge passing a civil degree. So I think arbitration award is the most binding award, and you can later on get enforced by the court if any complexity happens.
ओके, ओके मैम।
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. With this, we have reached towards the end of the podcast. I would like to extend my heartful thanks to ma'am. We learned a lot through your shared experience and insight. Your work reminds us that peace is not just a absence of conflict, but the presence of understanding. To our audience, remember dialogues is not just talking; it's listening, respecting, and finding common grounds. On the behalf of the Institute for Alternative Dispute Resolution, I thank Samiksha Pandey ma'am for joining us today. It has been absolute pleasure. Thank you. That's all for today's episode of Me Are Queen. Until next time, stay curious, keep talking, and keep building bridges. Thank you, ma'am.
It was a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Okay,
And
ma'am.
I hope alternate dispute resolution see a great day in courts.
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Yeah, and actually, I think the court premises, it's high time for the court premises to develop mediation rooms and more arbitration rooms in the state level courts as well. I think that will be a very good way of showing that court is accepting mediation and arbitration as a parallel method for people. I think that is somewhere the correct beginning.
Yeah, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Basically, I think very few courts are basically develop mediation centers.
Yeah, like Delhi High Court has developed mediation center. When family members are there, it has even developed creche for children whose parents are into divorce mediation or anything like that. So I think that kind of acumen is required so that people can actually understand that mediation and arbitration are somewhere parallel to litigation, that you don't have to go to court, but you can come into a friendly environment and sit and discuss. So I think court premises giving places for such centers like mediation center and arbitration center can actually change the course of the interpretation of alternative dispute resolution.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure. Thank you.